It was an incident that shocked New York. Yao Pan Ma was attacked in East Harlem last April. The 61-year-old Chinese immigrant had been collecting cans for money after the restaurant where he worked was forced to close during the pandemic. Ma never regained consciousness. Police revealed this week that after being hospitalized for 8 months, he passed away on December the 31st.
Mrs. Ma is devastated, even though I tried to prepare her several months back. It's still a shock. She was always holding out hope that he would wake up and just walk out of there somehow, miraculously.
49-year-old Jared Powell is currently under arrest, charged with Ma's attempted murder and facing felony assault and hate crime charges too. With the attack now deemed a homicide, the victim's family is calling for the charges to be upgraded to murder. Reported hate crimes across New York City doubled last year, from 252 in 2020 to 503 by early December. The biggest increase was in attacks targeting the Asian community, up from 28 incidents in 2020 to 129 a year later. The increase of such attacks in recent years prompted large protests in New York last spring. The New York Police Department says the number of people arrested for hate crimes has also gone up by 106%. And it's thought the rising statistics are in part a result of more people feeling empowered to report racially motivated attacks.
Years ago, if you were called a derogatory term on the street, you would either get into a verbal argument with the person, curse the person out, and you go your own separate way. You would not think about calling the police or going to your local precinct, the nearest precinct, to report this. But people are more willing to report it now, and we are seeing a more accurate count on how many bias incidents against Asians there are in this city.
And community groups say people remain very worried that they could become a victim of hate crime.
Sometimes I conduct the trainings or workshop to more vulnerable populations, such as seniors, right? So they have a more concerns of their safeties, and sometimes with parents they also concerned about their children's safety because it could be out of their control.
The NYPD says people must be held accountable for hate crimes. Jared Powell is next due in court on February the 10th. A private funeral for Yao Pan Ma will be held this week. Sarah Walton, CGTN, New York.